Hey guys, this is Yuyuko playing more Touhou, the genius of Sephiroth, and last time we basically went through the former hell and I got confused because I thought there was an item there wasn't. We actually went into the room that you didn't have to during the main playthrough, so heck yeah for that. But yeah, that's just natural exploration for you. So this time we're going to take on, well, Satori, right? Because we've gone through the end of everywhere, and we've gone through hell, and that's where Satori lives, at the end of hell, so surely that's who we're gonna fight, right? Well, regardless of who we are going to fight, I have brought a usual sort of party here. We've got Patchouli with her basic stuff here. She doesn't really need the light resistance in this fight, so I just gave her the Twilight tag on the off chance that confusion somehow happens. Pretty sure that confusion can't happen, but you know, it is there anyway. I actually forget if the fairy dress gives confusion. Might know we don't have Marissa in this party, but that's a different factor. We do have Alice, so we'll get to see what Alice can do, and that is always good. She has the Lorex wristwatch because the shield I was going to give her I didn't actually get, so you know, I need that to defend against every type of attack, which is good. And I've given her the tortoise armor instead because, like I've mentioned before, Alice is going to be the one who draws most of the fire in, so she needs the defense in this fight a little bit more than Sakuya does. For Reimu, I just have this here. You could just go ahead and put a Gohei on her if you have one. The magic attack is probably more beneficial here, but I'm just doing this because experience plus, you know, that, and I already have a little bit of extra power coming from the armor which I crafted for her. And then we have Sakuya, plain and simple. The other thing is that Sakuya no longer has blind resistance because Alice, without a, you know, all of Alice's skills are physical, so she will, or all of her main skills are physical, so she won't actually be able to cover allies if she gets blinded. That's a bit of a problem, especially considering Alice is meant to be drawing most of the attacks in. So for this fight, I have given Sakuya the curse resistance instead of the blind resistance. Honestly, if Sakuya gets blinded, then she's kind of useless too, but I can cure that in one turn. But if Alice gets blinded, that's a turn of no protection for the party, so yeah. And then Sanai, pretty much the same as always, so not too much to worry about there. Growth tree wise, I have set up mostly for magic mastery here because this increases land influence. Fight's probably not going to last long enough for this to make a difference, but it also gives, you know, the usual magic cooldowns. And here, well, the half damage from the highest land power element probably won't make a difference because the highest element shouldn't be what the enemy's casting. But if you get careless, that could be kind of there. We do not need 3 points in this tree because Patchouli will never be never be poking things with the stick in the fight. Right? She won't ever be whacking people on the head with the stuff. So converting physical damage to MP doesn't do anything. So don't bother with that for this fight. For Alice, every single point is pretty much into the manipulation tree, because doing this means that her marionette parallel, which is her main shield skill, just now, defending others with her own shield, gets more activations. At least 10 points here is kind of necessary, because of the shield evasion, plus 1000%. But if you can get it down this far, it's nice. Ideally, I would want 16 points, maybe even 20, but of course we're not that far yet. So, but with 16 points, I could cast this every turn, which is very important. Fortunately, we can't do it just yet, so we have a bit of extra physical shield defense instead. Still okay, not really what I would want though. For Reimu, most of the focus here is on her offense, so physical and magic attack up. Could just put pretty much all the points into this to spirit attack to get light strength up, but I don't have enough points to get it up high enough, and there's 2 points to intelligence because nothing else really matters too much. This would probably be where, if you're using the Gohei, then you would put it into there. And honestly, that might just be better for this fight, because Reimu isn't really using physical attacks at all. But again, I'm greedy and I want experience plus 5%, so that's why I'm doing that. So here, again, most stuff is in here. When you're doing regular fights, I will have 16 points here because the ultimate division attack is very good for normal fights. Not quite so good here. I think it could hit both of them, but honestly it takes too much MP and it really doesn't do that much for what I have. So just a little bit into made outs to get extra MP, and last point doesn't matter too much because time sign casting speed never actually makes a difference, even with 100% extra, so don't worry too much about that. You're pretty much never going to cast Private Square before the enemy gets to move, so there is that. But the multi-hit attack might help if I decide to use Ludibile, so that's why we have that. And then for Sunai, pretty much everything going into status enhance here. It would not necessarily be wrong to put it into Miracle instead, but I wanted to have the plus 100 speed, basically doubling the casting speed for her status resistant stuff here, because status effects suck, and yeah, they suck. Enough said, pretty much. So yeah, just going with that here. But again, if you need more recovery speed, then definitely I had to sacrifice the points here for that. So you could definitely switch this around. But yeah. And Aya is actually going to be our commander, so she just has as many bombs as she can possibly have right now. Just plus 3, which is actually a lot. But yeah, plus 3 bombs, pretty much what Aya has. Commander Aya will actually come into play during this fight, maybe. We'll see, but it's pretty much the best that I would have at the moment, I think. So yeah, we have Utsuho with her fancy rod and all of that. It keeps getting hotter. Well, isn't that the idea? Good conditions as usual. Heck yeah. Yeah, I guess it would kind of get boring, wouldn't it, if you just did the same thing all the time. Oh dear, the pet's getting hungry. Yes, indeed. She is quite bored. And of course we have Orin here too, looking cute as always. Especially Nindella would like Orin being here, but you know, haven't heard from that guy in forever actually. It's kind of a shame, but yeah, Orin's doing her usual Orin stuff. So basically, they're taking care of Hell as they normally would. But Orin is like, we have guests here that we don't want. We need to go beat them up with a stick, maybe. I don't know. Probably just some random yokai. Oh dear. Get burned up. Ouch. I would hate to be a yokai that gets lost down here, yeah. So they're like, well, the problem will take care of itself. We don't have to do anything, right? Their faces. Those faces. So yeah, they're not particularly sure of what's going on, just as I guess a semi-oblivious pet would be, but yeah, got some instant up there. But they want an instant too, you know, gotta have some excitement, right? Bored and hungry, not exactly a great situation, but hey, that's the life of a pet, right? Yeah, and you? I don't know quite what the separation is meant to be there, but their semi-shocked expressions are also quite adorable here. So yes, all of us are here with ourselves, the big sisters. Yeah, I guess that's, yeah, a fair point because of Reimu and Marissa coming to take care of stuff. But of course, bird-brained Okuu doesn't remember who we are, which is fine, I guess. No food. Oh noes. So yeah, why are we here? Well, we're here to meet Satori, obviously, and that's instantly going to get their attention. The fact that Okuu has a light bulb above her head is scary, because someone like her getting an idea is dangerous. Yeah, we came through hell for that. And of course, Orin is like, I don't like what you're planning about my master, even though I don't know it yet. And then there's of course the little conversation here. Yeah, they ain't gonna let us past if we tell them that we're gonna steal Satori, because, you know, giving harm to their master. What the heck is Oku's expression there? What is she doing with her? Is she trying to listen in on the conversation here? So yeah, like, that's a rather primitive thing to say, Aya. Huh. Oh well, I guess we'll have to try. Of course Satori has cucumbers on it, because why wouldn't she? So yeah, item transfer. And now of course Reimu's gonna try a change of tact, as she would. So yeah, apparently food is gonna be enough. Aww, that's kinda cute. You're a good person, go through. Oh man, if only it was that easy, right? But of course, because Okuu hasn't gotten any yet, she's like, hey, snap out of it. Don't be persuaded by food, all of that. But of course, she's gonna just eat it anyway, because, you know. What were you doing indeed? I don't think I would be showing the amulet here, but whatever. So yeah, Oku's got some too, and she's spraying it everywhere. It's kind of gross. And of course now, because she's been snapped out of it, Orin's like, "Hey, don't you fall for it too?" Unfortunately, that kind of just arouses more suspicion, because yep. Suspicion is there now. Well, I mean, we did try and just bait them with food, so I suppose that is fairly suspicious. And yeah, we're just gonna have to fight them anyway, because Reimu's like, screw this, you're annoying, we're just gonna get on through anyway. So yeah, the true terror of the Okuu-Orin combo. Let's go. I like the sun thing above Okuu there. I think that's actually really cute the way that was. It's not really cute, but it's just with her expression as well, it looks awesome. So yeah, let's go with a fight with Okuu and Orin. So this fight is extremely dangerous if you don't know what you're doing with it, but we do, so we should be fine. So the first thing to note is that if you know, I mean, the thing with this game in general, if you know a lot about the characters of Touhou, then you'll know a decent bit about their fighting styles, as I have been told several times in the past. And one of the main things to note here is that with Orin being a vengeful spirit controller, if any of your characters die during this fight, she will revive them to fight on the enemy's side. You can cure that status, but they only get revived to 1 HP, so it's not a great situation, let's put it that way. And for Okuu, well, you know she has a lot of firepower with her Mega Flare and stuff like that, so you can expect a lot of damage to come out of her. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to use the Tengu's Flight spell here, mostly because with Aya having 7 bombs, it's not enough to use her Paparazzi skill 3 times, but it's enough to use it twice and have Tengu's Flight as well. So we'll get some perfect dodge for this turn. We might be able to avoid taking damage entirely as I prepare my party for stuff to come. So for Alice, We are in the Hakure formation, so she's in the center taking like half the hits already, but if I use Horidol, then she will take even more of the attacks and should be able to just block out everything from everyone else, which would be great. Unfortunately, like I've said before, her marionette skill has a cooldown of 1 turn right now, so she can't cover everyone all the time, or, you know, a column all the time. She will be able to later, but not just yet. So we'll just use the Horidol this turn. I'll do basic physical. We need to target Orin down first, because she can also, as you may expect, revive Utsuho as well. Simply because, I mean, if she can revive your party, then she can revive Utsuho too. Utsuho herself is weak against light, not water. Both of these are of course fire based by nature, which is why we have Arctic Chill over here to increase the water damage and reduce fire damage. So we'll put that field spell on the go. And for Sanai, the first turn should be resistance increase, because you do not want to be taking... Oh, yeah, like that. You don't want to be taking status conditions, and unfortunately we didn't get our Horidol off first turn, but it should be okay. I mean, Alice is still going to be taking most of the hits if we can just go for it this turn. As you saw though, she only took 20 damage from that swoop, so Alice's physical defense is definitely more than enough to withstand stuff here. Now, Orin is weak to water, so we will be using water a lot here, but basically just gotta whittle down the two of them here. We're gonna... Honestly, Alice should be okay for now, so we're gonna focus on magic attack here. And the taunt does come off, so that's good. Wow, just surviving that. That is scary. So, as you'd imagine, Flare is one of the more dangerous attacks that Utsuho has, and yeah, Alice living by 1 HP is kind of very scary. So I am going to use the London Dolls here, so I can cover Sanai, so that at the very least Sanai will get her heal off here. Although I could just use the Paparazzi, and that might be better just in case Swoop comes in, because Swoop would kill Alice from here. So we're going to use Aya's commander spells so that we can guarantee that we move first this turn. And that essentially means that I don't have to worry quite so much about defending Sanai exclusively. So we'll use the shield to defend both of our back row. And yeah, we can't actually cast another skill if we want to have Private Square as an option here, so we'll just basic physical attack. And yeah, we'll leave Utsuho alone just now, because Utsuho will probably die to Fancy Heaven, so that's fine. We'll just use that and heal off Alice. So Alice actually goes ahead of the Paparazzi with her shield skill. That's how fast her shield skill stuff is. It's pretty ridiculous, actually. And there we go. Quite nice and easily defended. So one thing to note with Utsuho is that when her health gets really low, she starts killing you. Literally, she will one-shot you if you are not careful. So I think she might actually start doing that this turn. I haven't really been keeping count of her HP. When her HP falls below 1/3, she will basically spam Mega Flare, which does about 300 to 500 damage to your entire party, and is pretty much impossible to defend against right now, so you don't want that, of course. So we'll just go ahead, and we're basically going to look to wipe them out this turn. Trying to think if I want to just Private Square this just in case, but I think, yeah, Utsuho is definitely dying, and I'm pretty sure Orin should die as well, so we're just killing Doll actually, and Fancy Heaven takes up most of our stuff, but we don't really have to care too much because we're winning this turn anyway, and we'll just use the spell card here too. So yeah, we'll buff physical attack just to make sure as well. So Paparazzi giving us the head start once again, and we'll basically just nuke them this turn. If this doesn't outright kill them, then everything else we have definitely will, because Utsuho takes a lot of damage. Should be noted that Utsuho takes less damage from physical attacks, and Orin takes less damage from magic attacks. So that's why you saw Orin's magic defense was really quite high there, but her physical defense not so much. So yeah, that's basically how you avoid all the truly dangerous stuff here. So that fight can go very badly if you're not careful, because like I've said, Orin can revive dead allies, and if you don't have Moko as your commander right now, then you really don't have a way of reviving dead allies right at this point in time. So that can be very dangerous if somebody dies, and Utsuho will basically party wipe you if you don't kill her quickly enough. So yeah. Anyway, Alice gets the skill that I would have actually liked for this fight. Tibetan Dolls is a pretty nice one. It's tricky to use, but it can be pretty good if you use it right. Sakura gets one of her very few status skill things, which is okay, we'll see that in a sec. And Reimu gets a level up, and Patchouli gets cluster move. So I actually got it the wrong way around. It's lightning, which is the last one that we'll get. But cluster move is the earth skill, just like Arctic, the Arctic one that we used here. So yeah, we kind of kicked their butt. Heck yeah, victory is ours! yeah, we'll be getting on through now. And they're like, ugh, if we have to. Oh no, we're not doing anything bad to Satori. Oh no. What kind of person do you think I am? Do you want us to answer that, Reimu? I wonder why that doesn't sound so convincing. Yeah. That probably wasn't the right thing to say, Marissa, but yeah. But I guess they need to explain a little bit to them, don't they? So, of course, they know a bit about the Surface Instant. They don't really know a whole lot, but yeah, we basically need to have Satori along so that we can make sure our suspect is not lying to us. And, well, that staring at the ceiling thing. No, we aren't going to be a danger. Yeah. So, word of warning. Yep, so even though they might want to go, it's, you don't go to the surface right now, because the mist that is up there basically wrecks yokai. So, don't go up there and you will be safe. We'll be careful. Yeah, you do that. Oh, the life of a pet, right? So yeah, onward to the Palace of the Earth Spirits. And this looks awfully familiar, right? This is totally not the outside of the Scarlet Devil Mansion in looks, right? So yeah, we're finally out of there because it was way too hot. Fire resistance does not help. Yep. This actually doesn't really look much like an underground place, does it? Honestly, this looks just like the outside of the Scarlet Devil Mansion, as I said. So yeah, mist isn't exactly going to reach underground. Yes, it did. And you've still got more to go, yes, because the Palace of the Earth Spirits is next, and oh boy. Let's just say if Alice didn't stop people from playing this game, then this dungeon most definitely is up there. This dungeon this dungeon is a thing. Yeah, so basically we just have to keep going on, as you would expect. So we move on, and we never see that particular part again, because if we exit out here, then it just goes instantly to these two. And yeah, we're sure working hard to resolve that incident. Seems like you're definitely on the working side. So yeah, and then if you want to go back down, of course you go here. So, this has been GamerCow playing the Genius of Sephiroth, and next time we enter Stage 5. Let me tell you, this is a stage, alright. So yeah, this will probably be in 2 parts, because this stage is pretty big for 1, and for 2, it's really actually freaking hard. You may see death here. Not gonna hype it too much, because it might not happen. I might just breeze through it, but if you haven't died during the game so far, you will probably die a lot here. I know I sure as hell did when I first played this game, so yeah. Look forward to that next time.